Hello. After a very cold week, temperatures will be ticking up slowly this weekend, but still, for most it is going to be cold. These are Saturday's temperatures when compared to the mid-January average. You can see most places will be still below that average and well below for central and eastern parts. That's because some stubborn fog is likely here. By the time we get to Sunday, well, only a few places will be below average, but still chilly across these eastern parts of England. Parts of the north and west will start to climb back above average. So it's going to be a slow old process, but it is turning a little milder as we go into next week. What's going on? Well, let's take a look at the bigger picture. The pressure pattern shows this area of high pressure battling with an area of low pressure, but it's a fairly weak affair. This weather front is just slowly trickling in during Friday and likely to push a little further into parts of the west as we head into Saturday. Some question marks as to how much snow it will bring. Probably not much away from the hills, but it will also bring more cloud, and that will help to keep the temperatures up in parts of the west. We may not actually be below freezing to start the weekend across parts of South Wales and southwest England, whereas many central and eastern areas will be, again, below freezing and well below in rural spots across northeast England and eastern Scotland. So yes, for many it is a frosty start to the weekend, and further west we will have that cloud from that weather front, and it will be bringing some outbreaks of rain, sleet and hill snow. That could mean it's quite icy on Saturday morning across parts of Wales, southwest England and Northern Ireland. I say some uncertainty about how much snow we see. We could see some, but mostly over the hills. I think at low levels it will chiefly be rain or sleet, and it kind of fizzles out as we go through the day. Now further east, the big issue will be fog. That's a big question mark about how much we see over the Midlands and eastern England and how long it lasts. It could stick around all day, as it often does at this time of year, but away from the mist and fog, many eastern parts of England and Scotland will actually be dry, fine and sunny once more. The wind's pretty light here as well. After we start the day well below freezing, -3, -4 in towns and cities, +3, +4 at best. Some places, particularly if that fog does stick across central and eastern England, may not get above freezing. Whereas further west, temperatures just starting to tick up a little bit. It won't get as cold overnight because of this blanket of cloud. It'll still feel pretty cold though, because it is going to be a fairly grey day here. What happens next? Well, that weather front is bumping up against the high pressure, so it kind of weakens, fizzles out, breaks up. The high then takes control across the south, but weather fronts start toppling in across the north. And notice the isobars getting closer together. So the winds will be strengthening across northern and western parts during Sunday, but coming up from the south means they will be bringing milder air. But they're also going to bring cloud and some outbreaks of rain, and that'll be pushing in across parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland, particularly the north of Northern Ireland during Sunday. So there will be some rain around. Now this rain doesn't look especially heavy, but rain combined with higher temperatures melting the snow that's fallen this week, well, that could give a few issues. So we need to watch conditions across parts of Scotland. There is the potential for that snow melt with a bit of rain to cause some flooding. For much of England and Wales, it's a dry day on Sunday. Quite a lot of high cloud around, so the sun showed fairly hazy across northern England and Wales. Again, the chance of some stubborn fog patches across parts of the east, but a good chunk of England and Wales looking dry and bright on Sunday. As I said at the start, it is getting milder, but it is taking its time. Still over these central and eastern areas, we may not get much above 4 or 5 degrees Celsius, but further west and further north, it may not feel that much milder because of the wind and the rain, but we should eventually tick up to 7, 8, maybe by the end of the day 9 or 10 Celsius in 1 or 2 places. And it will turn milder across the south as we go into next week. But that's next week. Before that, still on the cold side. So are you weather ready? We've still got more than half of winter left to go. There's loads of really good advice about how to prepare yourself and your house or your car for the wintry weather on the Met Office website. If you go to our website, put /weather ready. Lots of top tips in there, so go and check it out.